Sonora Webster Carver diving with her horse, the Duchess of Lightning 1930s. A beautician paints stockings onto a customer's skin during stocking rationing London, England, in 1941. Marissa Tomei's yearbook photo in 1982. The Eiffel Tower rises during its construction for the 1889 Exposition Universelle in Paris, 1888, surrounded by scaffolding and exhibition buildings as Gustave Eiffel's iron structure nears completion. HMS Vidal riding the crest of a wave during the Second World War, 1940. A funeral service for the 9 unidentified victims of John Wayne Gacy at Oak Ridge Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois, June 12, 1981. Black Panther leader Huey P. Newton, circa 1967. A traffic police officer speaks with a traffic violator. Moscow, 1985. The young Clint Eastwood working on his 1958 Jaguar XK150 back in the 1960s. Jacques Biederer, an erotic photography pioneer, hard at work in Paris, 1928. William Helburn and a model, 1954. Girls in miniskirts during the 1960s, a style first introduced about 60 years ago. Fashion designer Mary Quant began experimenting with shorter hemlines in the late 1950s, leading to the creation and popularization of the miniskirt in 1964. His Royal Highness Prince Charles Sailing with Ufa Fox, Cows, 1967. Model in space helmet and bikini, 1952. Messerschmitt Beeve 109G-14R3 Black 7 serial number 413601 8 Jagdgeschwader 1 The pilot Unteroffizier Jakob Vogel, emergency landing near Fontenay-le-Pesnel, Normandy, France on Monday, July 24, 1944. Carnival circa 1950s. A resident of a Soviet village with her children near a burnt-out house. Eastern Front, World War II. Al Capone and his associates at Hot Springs, Arkansas in the 1930s. German soldier with Stalin bust, 1941. The remains of a car on the edge of a bridge after a crash in Central Park. New York, circa 1910. collision between a car and a train. Pardubice steeplechase. July 1976 Thompson River flood. Police attack peaceful demonstrators in Sharpeville, South Africa, March 21st, 1960. Actress and model Mona Knox poses as a cowgirl in a 1955 photo. Dunes in the Montparnasse neighbourhood, Paris, 1949. Grave of 3 German soldiers on the Havel River, Berlin, 1946. Catherine Bach, 1979. Marilyn Monroe and Mickey Rooney. Two photos of John Lennon taken 1 year apart, 1966 and 1967. German troops at a gas alarm post, 1916. Canadian officer from HMCS Nootka second distributes candy to local children during the Korean War in 1952. Roger Moore during his Saint years trying to figure out how many women will fit in the boot of his Volvo in the 1960s. Fidel Castro without a beard during his imprisonment in 1953 to 1955. During the Great Depression, community support was a lifeline for rural families. With cash scarce and resources limited, neighbours relied on each other to survive. A Chevrolet and a Ford Model A driving through the oil fields of Signal Hill, Long Beach, California, 1952. Suffragettes celebrate victory on August 31st, 1920. Maya Ying Lin, the Yale architecture student who submitted the winning design, holds the final design for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, which will be built near the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. Sergeant Major Tom Gledhill jumping a motorcycle over a line of Royal Artillery soldiers at 45 miles per hour, 1966. Jean Seberg. A 16-inch shell hits a home in Indian Head, Maryland, 1916. Beyoncé at prom. Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer at Princeton University, 29th of December 1947. Gerald Ford lets Brezhnev try on his coat, 1974. One of the earliest forms of safety seat for children, the Tot Guard, made by Ford Motor Company, came out in the late 1960s, here the model of 1973. A performance by a team of police stunt riders forming a pyramid on motorcycles. Keith Richards circa 1967. (1983), Irvine, California. 4 teenagers sit at a press conference at Woodbridge High School, tell how with the help of a San Diego, California teenager they know only as Cracker, they broke into a computer pay network, causing the FBI to confiscate their home computer. New York, 1954. Arthur Steele's appealing to the people, Margaret Thatcher in her apartment. A starving Irish family from Carrow, County Galway, during the famine from 1845 to 1852. Happy New Year from Korea, 1952. Marlon Brando with his parents. TV camera used to film the 1936 Berlin Olympics, which weren't just the first televised Olympics, but the first sports events to be televised. Frederick Phillips multiplane with 200 individual wing surfaces, 1907. Barnum show star Annie Jones Elliott, the famous bearded woman. Sophia Loren and her son Carlo Ponti Jr., 1969. Street cake seller, Jerusalem, Palestine, 1930. Paul McCartney, early 1960s. Dog watching Tom and Jerry, 1970. Christopher Walken in the 1950s rolling out dough at his father's bakery in Astoria, New York. Muhammad Ali signing autographs for Dutch girls in Volendam, 1976. Muhammad Ali and the Beatles. Camera guy on the middle tower in Königs Wusterhausen, Germany, 1926, s 240 meters above ground. Brooklyn, 1944, 3 men and a photobomber. Aberfan, South Wales, circa 21st October 1966. Picture shows the mud and devastation caused when mining spoil from the hillside high above the town. Behind came down and engulfed the Pantglas Junior School. Polish riot police of the 1920s. (1941) DF Riedende Regnius prototype. A Quiet Little Job at a Crocodile Farm, St. Augustine, Florida, 1926. Picture from the 1997 Titanic movie set. James Cameron on the set of Titanic, 1997. President Nixon getting a historical reception by Egyptians during his visit in June 1974. Fidel Castro oversees press club in New York City, 1959. Ford, United States of America, 1967. Claude Monet in his studio surrounded by his work. Rohingya refugees flee from Myanmar, then Burma into Bangladesh in August 1978. They are carrying their few remaining belongings. A revolutionary new invention for camping, the Austin 40 rooftop tent, 1960. Halloween in Harlem, 110th Street, New York, 1969. Samantha Fox and Freddie Mercury at Queen's Wembley After Party, 1986. Convoy, the cat of the British ship HMS Hermione, sleeping in his tiny hammock that was custom made for him, 1941. In 1965, Sonny and Cher experienced a massive breakthrough, transforming from background singers into global pop icons. A blind Muslim named Muhammad carrying his best friend, a paralyzed Christian with dwarfism named Samir, in Damascus, 1889. They've come dressed for the beach, a couple sleeping in deck chairs on Southend Beach, United Kingdom, July 1953. A Montgomery Airport employee removes a whites-only sign outside a restroom, following a federal court ruling that banned segregation, January 5, 1962. AIM guerrilla passing his gun onto a snowman guard at Wounded Knee, 1973. Russian royals. An unusual snowman in Boston, 1935. Elderly women with tattoos characteristic of Croatian Catholics in Bosnia, central Bosnia, late 1930s. Namdaemun, Southgate and Seoul, Korea, early 20th century. Revolutionizing the beverage industry, the first canned beer, Kruger's Finest Beer, went on sale in January 1935. Before this, beer was only available in heavy glass bottles or barrels, making it difficult to transport and store at home. Chrysler New Yorker, Brougham, 1978, with button-tufted leather seating. Motorcycle in the 1920s. Early 1900s Native American portrait. Museum worker in Paris, France holding the head of a diplodocus, 1900, glass negative. A guy and two girls in funny poses. German mechanics worked to repair the track of a Panther tank during field maintenance. The Panther entered service in 1943 as Germany's primary medium tank. Everyday life at the nascent and still gaining popularity, Moulin Rouge Cabaret Paris, 1920s. The Grand Mosque in Mecca, 1953 versus 2025. A building in Cologne destroyed by a British airstrike in 1918. Women arrested for various petty thefts during the Great Depression, United States, 1931. The first Mercedes car with a capacity of 35 horsepower was built on November the 22nd, 1900. Jesse Jackson, with Martin Luther King Jr. at the Mason Temple on April 3, 1968. (1976) First United Kingdom McDonald's in Woolwich. Oil derricks on a hillside in Pennsylvania, 1895. Cossacks training in overcoming obstacles on horseback, 1910. Photograph of Bon Scott and Angus Young, circa 1978. Billy Stanley, the only 8-year-old white student at St. Philip the Apostle School in Albany, New York, 1961. Caroline Kennedy riding Macaroni the pony on the grounds of the White House, 30 of March 1962. A vintage photo of a woman grimacing. Flooded streets, Winthrop Shirley Street, 1920. Venice Canal, 1894. Young spinner in Roanoke Cotton Mills. Said 14 years old, but it is doubtful. Roanoke, Virginia. A vintage trailer with storage for a 1955 BMW Assetto. Survivors of the Battle of Gettysburg at the 50th anniversary reunion in 1913. Bevan boys going to work in Markham Colliery, Yorkshire, 1943. George Harrison taking a selfie, India, 1966. When Mick Jagger and his girlfriend Marianne Faithfull met Alain Delon in 1967. Circa 1940, a double-decker bus which was destroyed in a bombing raid over central London. Harlem, New York, 1948. Finnish sniper Simo Häyhä with his dog Killer, 1961, nicknamed the White Death. Mrs. Lee Hooks and other white housewives demonstrate against planned desegregation at William Franz Elementary School in New Orleans. Indian soldiers burying fallen Pakistani soldiers according to Islamic rituals after Pakistan refused to accept their bodies. Kargil War, 1999. (1925). In the 1920s, the young women started a craze of painting their knees. Belgian troops on guard at a Rhine River bridgehead in their Ruhr district occupation zone as the German army fights the Red Ruhr army on the other side of the Rhine, 1920. The first black general of the United States Army, Benjamin O. Davis Sr. in 1945. President Jimmy Carter shoveling some peanuts at the peanut farm during the 1970s. Robin Williams at home in San Francisco, 1990.